Get up. Get up there. Get up there. Come on. Let's go. We gotta shoot. Get up there. Okay, so this week's video is all about me reading my high school diary. Here it is. Snickle. Get comfortable. Now, I've been meaning to do this for a long time. Sometime last fall, I was asked to appear during the Word on the Street Festival, like the Toronto Book Festival. There's a podcast called Grown Ups Read Things They Wrote as Kids, which airs here in Canada. You can look for it. I've linked it below. They did a live taping of it, and I was asked to be in it if I wanted. Completely volunteer, and I thought, heck yes. And it was funny how this all came to be, because I was watching this show on Netflix, which I don't even remember what it's called. Mortified Guide. The Mortified Guide. Yes, that's what I was watching whenever that came out last year. And while I was watching, I was like, I think I had this thought of like, oh, I should do that on YouTube, or I should read my diary on YouTube. And then out of nowhere, like maybe 4 weeks later, I was asked to be on this Canadian version of the same thing called Grown Ups Read Things They Wrote as Kids. And I was like, that's a weird manifestation. Things manifest when you don't care. That's a lesson. If you don't care and you're not thinking about it, they weirdly manifest. You're like, I remember having this thought, but again, not being attached and not obviously caring. It's always when you're just like, oh, that would be cool, or I like that, and then it's just nothing you're thinking about, and then it somehow finds its way into your existence. So that's this whole thing about me reading my diary. And so I did read this entry that I have bookmarked here on the podcast. So I'm not going to read that one. You can go listen to the podcast I've linked below. This is from when I was in high school. So like grade 9 to, I don't even know. I think it ended somewhere in grade 11. Year 2000. Oh, that's the year I graduated. Okay. Or did I? Yeah. 2000 or 2001. I can't even remember. There's some stuff in here I'm going to have to censor out. There's a lot of mean things that I've said about my family that if they heard that, they'd probably be really hurt. Granted, it's a high school diary, and I was really fucking angry all the time. So that's why. It is a diary from The Gap, and on the front I have written that I love the members of this band, I'm Mother Earth, that I used to be obsessed with in high school. They're a Canadian rock band who were really popular at the time. Now they're a little, I guess, washed up or something. Not washed up, but just like, you know, no one cares. I went to the reunion show a couple years ago, and it was just like all old people like me. I mean, I'm old. What I'm talking about right now is completely irrelevant to all of you. Please, if there's someone out there watching who likes I'm Mother Earth, leave a comment so I know that you're out there. I know that other, like, you know, mid 30-year-olds watch my channel, but for the most part, I think it's 20-somethings who are like, what are you talking about? So instead of perhaps reading all full entries, because there's some stuff I'm going to have to skip over, I'll read excerpts. And I haven't looked at this in advance, so just bear with me here. The gist of it is that I didn't like my sister very much because she was copying me all the time. And I was trying to be unique and different, and my sister was just copying me, thereby not making me unique and different. Ooh, yeah, these are weird. Okay, I don't know if I can read any of it. It's so bad. Here's like a little bit of gist on how I speak, though, in my journal. Back on the parents note, and keep in mind, every time I write parents or father or mother, I put it in quotations because I don't believe that they're really my parents. I think is the idea, is that they're like my so-called parents. So back on the parents note, they've all of a sudden decided that we should move. Great. Yeah, fucking right. And just guess where to? Meadowvale. I don't think so. And we're moving because we're too fucking poor to live where we are now. And guess why we're so poor? Because my so-called father is such a... I can't read this. Okay, well that's pretty much all I can read from that whole page, so... Oh, God. Okay, we gotta get to like the high school stuff. Okay, I'd rather not talk about any of this because it just makes me hate my life even more. But the only thing that makes me happy is, as I said before, my friends and music. I don't know, but something about music just makes me feel better. in my own peace of mind. I don't know, but no one knows that. A lot of musicians say that, but I don't think I could ever do it or see myself on stage singing or playing an instrument. I think just because of the way I am, especially around other people, because I'm sort of shy around some people, they probably couldn't picture me as a musician or something like that. I never really connected with music until I saw a band called I Mother Earth, who I love so much, and everyone I know thinks it's just an obsession like every teenager has with a band. But that's not what it is. They've sort of inspired me. I know that probably sounds gay, but it's true in a way. I don't know what they've inspired or with. Oh, I don't know what they've inspired me with, but that's the way I feel. I guess it's to bring out my love for music. But I never really took the time to really listen to music before. I would just sing along because of the beat and the sound of it, which is part of it, but not all of music. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. But music can be inspirational. But until I really got to know more than the surface of music, I knew it was just more than a group of instruments and people playing them. Okay, this gets kind of boring. But I said gay because that's what you said back then in the day. You would say that's gay, which you're not allowed to say anymore. Oh, here, this one's good. This is still about the band. I wish I was able to thank them just for becoming a band and making music and just for being them and not something they're not, just to get fans. And that's why they have so many, because they all feel the same way that I do. And I Mother Earth probably wouldn't have realized that they had such an effect on me, but maybe even many others. I can't even read what I wrote. But I just wish I could tell them that they've been so successful over these 7 years, and I really hope they continue to be as successful for another 7 or even longer, because I'll always be their biggest fan. I have so much more to say, but I can't do it all tonight. Okay, this is a good one. I sort of forgot about writing in here. Anyways, yesterday, July 23rd, 1997, I wrote the date. This would be grade 9 or 10. I went downtown with some of my friends. I list them here, but I won't say their names. We went to Kensington Market, Queen Street, Yonge and Eaton Center, and after in the evening we went to a Jays game. I think I'm saying this because I think I'm so cool because I went to the city. Anyways, I guess A and T primarily went to look for guys. I'm not going to say their names. I've never really been the kind of person to obsess with guys and share my feelings about guys either. I also don't think that having a boyfriend is the most important thing in the world. But yesterday we saw a lot of hot guys, but they were all so much older than us. And I sort of felt lonely because all of my friends have had a boyfriend, even if it was only for a few days. And I've never had a boyfriend. And I mean, it's not a big deal, but I think it would, I guess, fill a gap if I did have a boyfriend. The thing is I don't want to go out with a guy that I'm not comfortable around and isn't going to last very long. By that I mean, the relationship isn't going to last very long. And I'm also not saying I want a full-time relationship either. Oh, okay. But I look at all the nice, good-looking guys which just have to be older, and I wonder how I would feel and what it would be like to have a boyfriend. I don't know. I mean, I'm certainly not the kind of person to care so much about my social life and stuff like this, but I just feel like I'm missing something. The other thing is a guy has never said anything about me to let me know that he's interested. But right now, guys my age are very immature, so I shouldn't expect a lot. This whole thing also isn't making me sad or ruining my life or anything like that, just so you know. I should probably just stop worrying because I'm sure I'm never going to be guyless. I hope, I put in brackets. Speaking of Leanne, that's my sister, for the past 12 million pages, not only is she pissing me off all the time, but so is my mom. But I don't hate her. I may say that I do when I'm mad, but I really don't. But what I do hate about her is that I know she favors Leanne more than me and likes her a hell of a lot more than me too. Just today, she was taking Leanne out shopping. Now, whenever I ask to go shopping, she ends up finding some fucking excuse that she can't go. Or if she already said we would go, she'll come home at what she thinks is late and say she's too fucking tired to go. But today she came home late from work and wasn't tired at all to take Leanne out. And they didn't eat dinner, they just left when she got home. And whenever we go shopping, she never does that. We always have to eat dinner first, and then we never have any time because we couldn't leave when she got home. But she can take the time to go for Leanne, the little fucker. Okay, well anyways, I go on complaining about that. Well, almost everything in this book so far is all anger, but I guess that's good because instead of talking about it, at least I can write it down on paper. But what I'm really wanting to get off my chest is how fucking much I hate grade 10. All last year I was saying how cool grade 10 was going to be. Well, boy, was I a moron. It sucks so much, I hate it. First of all of my classes suck. Well, not all of them, only history and tech. Oh, and I wonder why. Because fucking so-and-so, fucking so-and-so, first name, last name, is in both of those classes. And I have to fucking share a locker with her too. She is so fucking annoying. I can't stand her. She makes me so depressed and hate school even more. Why is my mom calling me? Hello? Makes me so depressed and hate school even more. She can't go 2 seconds without saying some fucking stupid thing about her fucking geeky friends. She makes me so mad. I hate her, and she actually thinks that I like her. Oh my gosh. God, what the fuck is her problem? And I'm really asking God what her problem is. Is she retarded or something? Fuck her anyways. Oh my God. And I always have to be partners with her in history. She never does any fucking work. She is really the most stupid person that I have ever met. I hate her. And when she doesn't do anything, the teacher gives her all the marks and all credit when I do everything. While she sits on her fucking fat ass. Because she's so dumb. Meanwhile, I'll work when I'm sick and tired and then get bitched at by the fucking teacher, and she sucks up to fucking so-and-so. And the nerve she has to not ever do her work and think she can just copy mine. But it's partly my fault, I guess, because I let her. But still, I'm not going to let her again. I have to stand up for myself, okay? Enough about what a fucking dumbass. Enough about that fucking dumbass. But as I was saying, how much I hate grade 10. I don't know what it is, but I just can't. It just isn't fun anymore. Before, all the guys would hang with us. But now all the grade 9s seem to be better than us. But when we were in grade 9, we didn't get the grade 10s, now did we? And then we all go out on weekends. And when we all go out on weekends, all the cooler grade 9s have to come too. And so-and-so, my friend, gets all the guys. She's even going to semi-formal with a grade 11. I put his name here. And she's also got another grade 11 after her, not to mention all of our guy friends. She always has to be so flirty and nice all the time. God, and giggly. Now, it's not like I'm mad at her or anything, because I'm not. I mean, I love her. She's a very good friend. I just don't think it's fair. I've never had a boyfriend, let alone a guy, even like me or think I'm pretty. Maybe because I'm an ugly little bitch who people like to make fun of because I'm short. Fuck, I want to die, I said. The next entry, I want to die, but I'm sure you knew that already. I mean, no one would miss me anyway. Today I watched that movie Ghost, and I was thinking about how cool it would be to die and come back as a ghost, if that actually happens. Then I would first get used to it, and then I would kill everyone I hate and scare them to death. I was so angry. I'm still angry. Then when I read this, it's like traumatizing because it's like still in there somewhere. Okay, there's more there that I'm not going to read. About someone that I really hate. Okay. I don't know. I think that's it, guys. There's like so much other crap in here, but it's like, how much am I going to read on here? How long is this video going to be? Actually, this is pretty cool because this is what I talk about now. So this is September 14th, 1999. So school has started. I am in co-op this semester. Hopefully I'll be going to EMI Music to volunteer. It's not completely confirmed, but I've already had my interview. It will totally be amazing if I actually got to work there. It is my sanctuary. Well, in my dreams. Anyways, co-op has been kind of fun. It's not really like a traditional classroom. We play games and discuss work habits, etc. But today our class went to the Peel board for a communications workshop. I also have like way neater writing at this point, so I'm obviously older. I actually had a lot of fun. We talked to people in class, people we didn't really know, and it was fun because I learned an awful lot about myself, such as how completely different I am, which is both good and bad, as well as how alike I am with some people. I say a lot of obvious things in here. I also see tons of room for improvement, but I also saw how many things people like about me, I think is what it's supposed to say. I felt comfortable talking to some people and awkward talking to others. I also began to think why some people just can't fit in. Now, most of my life I have always fit in, but still remained unique. I don't know why, but when I started to open up within my group, I kind of discovered the reason. When I was in middle school, I experienced a lot of racism, ridicule, etc. And now that I've grown and matured, I've gotten over it. But when I started talking about my childhood, it still very much hurt. I was totally shattered from these experiences. However, I think my being shoved out all the time and being thought of as different made me realize as I grew up that it didn't matter, because I strived to be unique and an individual from my friends now, which I think I most often accomplish, but I still have the ability to fit in. It is quite complicated and I can't make sense of it all, both within myself and when I see other people. I suppose that it just happens that way. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but it kind of sounds like me now a little bit. Overall, the workshop I attended was both a huge benefit and a lot of fun. It will help me when I go to my co-op placement. On a different note, I cannot stand school, and I cannot stand seeing the same people day in and day out. I can definitely see which friends I will stay in touch with after high school, which I should mention isn't very far off. The three I cannot take any longer are so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. Christ, they are also friggin' codependent. And what does this say? And so-and-so have a drought of self-esteem. Wow. God, so-and-so is always needing reassurance. Half the time I sound like a goddamn guidance counselor. You're beautiful, don't worry, blah, blah, blah. At lunch, all three of them can't do anything alone. Come to the cafe with me. Come to the bathroom with me. For God's sakes, are you all fucking children? Like, grow up. You're in high school, not preschool. I don't know how anyone can be so fucking incompetent. Look how much I swear. And shit, so-and-so can't go one friggin' second without knowing what's going on and what everyone's talking about. I don't even know half the time what she's talking about, let alone who she's talking to. I'm telling you, I can't take it much longer. They constantly travel in a threesome and they're fucking attached at the hip. It makes me sick to see people like that. God, I must be almost dead, seeing as our entire school exists this way. These people aren't going to know how to live in this world if they don't get a little independence. Fuck. They will remain so fucking insecure for the rest of their lives. And you know what? I say fuck it. I'm not going to get dragged in by their little lives. One last thing. So-and-so has major problems. Like, what a nice girl, but really she needs major help. I can't help. I can't even read her. What? I can't even read her ever. Anyways, all I have to say is thank God I'm not like that. Okay, I think that's just about enough of this. Alright, well that's me reading my high school diary. Hope that was somewhat entertaining for you. If anyone else out there wants to do this, if you're a YouTuber, I think it's a good challenge. I didn't even really look to see on YouTube if this is a thing people do. But I think it should be, because it's really funny. I should also destroy this, because if I ever die, I don't want anyone finding this and reading this. It's so embarrassing. Alright, follow me on Instagram at Lauren Toyota, and I will be back next week. Actually, next week I'm posting on Monday because I have a special announcement. So Monday I have a new video, not Wednesday. Monday something exciting is going down, okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.